Hi, it's Wasabi. Welcome back to the channel. Today's video is on the newest tank in the game that came in with Battle Pass Season 7. It's the Lorraine 50T, which is a Tier 9 French heavy tank. Now, it is considered a reward tank, so it's similar to a premium tank, but probably not quite in terms of credit earning potential, but you can move crews in and out. They've got the heavy tank skills in the French line. You can see it's got a 4-man crew. So you've got, have a quick run through there. We've got the commander, gunner, driver, and loader. So the commander's got the radio operator skills. So we'll go quickly through the characteristics. Of course, the 50T stands for 50-ton weight. You can see similarities in the suspension to the Lorraine 40T, which is a medium tank, and has got similar characteristics in terms of lighter armor than a typical heavy tank, but of course it's got higher mobility. It's one of the trade-offs you have. You've got armor, mobility, and firepower, and you can't have all three maxed out. So in tank design, so this is an example of that. The French are favoring mobility. So let's have a look at the firepower to start with. So 400 average damage. Pretty average for a Tier 9, 264 standard pen, and I think the premium round is 304, which is good. Rate of fire, here we go, gun loading speed 12.57, so it's affected by the crew skill and running food. So we've got brothers in arms on the crew and we're running food, so that's down slightly. Typically it's around about 13 and a bit seconds. Gun traverse speed, not too bad for a heavy tank. Gun depression -10, which is nice. We'll look at the armor to back that up in a second. Aiming time 2.69 is again sort of borderline, not too long. It's not too short, so still supports using snapshot, etc. Dispersion at 100 meters is quite good, 0.3, but again that's with food and BIA having an impact there. I think standard is 0.33 without any modification. And the average DPM, again, decidedly average, but this is what we're looking for. We don't want it to be overpowered and we don't want it to be underpowered. So we are running bounty equipment, and we'll have a look at that in a second. That's definitely got an impact. But let's have a look at the rest of the characteristics first. So survivability, 1750 hit points. Hull armor is 90 on the front, which is sloped, 40 on the sides and 30 on the rear, and the turret armor 250 and 70 on the sides and 30 on the rear. So it does give you some ability to do some hull down shooting. It won't deflect everything, but does give you the ability to use your 10 degrees of gun depression. So we've got some other bonuses there from what we're running in terms of equipment. Mobility, so here's the key things. Now we are running bounty turbocharger. So to get this, we've basically bought all of the battle pass segments to get the tokens to be able to get this tank. So we've got 3 items of bounty equipment that came along with that, and out of that we've chosen the turbo, the vertical stabilizer, and the hardening package. So engine power 1008, which is quite good, so it gives us decent acceleration, 18.23 specific power, 65 top speed, of which across ground, we'll see that in the replay, we're getting quite good speed across ground, and of course that's with the bonus of the turbocharger built in, and reverse speed of 18, which is also pretty handy in terms of using the hold down positions and getting out of the way. And as you'll see in the gameplay, getting out of the way while your gun is loading is going to be a feature of the game as well. So concealment, heavy tank, so nothing to write home about there. Spotting, view range 413, so that's with coffee, recon, and brothers in arms skill, so reasonable for a heavy tank. So as we talked about the equipment, we're using hardening and turbocharger and vertical stabilizer. Now, could have used a gun rammer to improve the DPM, but to get the gun handling, improve that, we've decided that vertical stabilizer was a better option. We've got a mix of the ammo types, so just taking the standard AP and APCR, which is the premium round. So you can see here the shell velocity quite nice, 1334, pretty useful, and we'll make the use of that in the gameplay, which you'll see. And it's typical for these tier 9 reward tanks. You get an unlimited supply of large repair kit, which is very handy. So it's $20,000 a game basically if you're using it consistently. 20,000 credits, I should say. And we've just added the medical kit and food. So with the crew skills, we've got firefighting to help with that, and on the gunner, we've also got the stowed ammo bonus there as well to reduce the effective ammo racking. Anyway, so a really quick intro to the tank. As you can see, it's a pretty nice looking tank actually. It's got this lovely 2D style on it, so it will look good in your garage, I'm pretty sure. But let's go and see how well it plays. Okay, so we're on the Live Oaks map, and we're on the north side. Now, when this came out, we don't have any mods downloaded, and you've probably seen Aslane's statement about any updates to the mod pack to support 1.16, that quite a few of the mod pack designers are in the Ukraine, so we have a lot of sympathy for the people there, and we shouldn't expect too much out of them while they're going through the struggles that they are. So hopefully that gets rectified soon, but we certainly wish the best for them. Anyways, in terms of the gameplay here, we are heading down the zero line here, and using the mobility of the tank, you can see we're on a fairly hard surface, but getting close to 50 kilometers per hour on a flat surface, so obviously 65k speed. Again, that's with the Bounty turbocharger, of course. Would be a downhill speed anyway, so it'd be normally about 60 k's. In fact, there we go, clicking up over 70 k's going down, so the transmission limit is not the top speed. But here we're using our gun depression, and we've spotted a couple of tanks and haven't been spotted ourselves yet. And here we've got a tank crossing, so it's an ML1. Now we are top tier in this game, so it's a tier 8, tier 9 game, so this is to our advantage. We're running our premium ammunition to get basically the shell velocity, and is also to guarantee the pens. We're trying to maximise our damage here. So we've just taxed the Indian Panzer and the ML1 there. We did get spotted there by the Indian Panzer, but he hasn't backed away far enough. We managed to get another shot there, and just there you go, he hasn't been able to penetrate our turret armour. Now, that's going to be excusable, particularly in these early days. Other players won't know the armour layout and the strengths and weaknesses of it. And they'll probably learn from bouncing a few rounds and change their shell types when they're not penetrating. But it looks like there's not a big push there. Most of the enemy have gone into town, so we're going to just take a little bit of a risk here and come into this area here. And now we've got a bunch of tier 7 and some tier 8 tanks. There's the Lorraine 40T, the medium tank version of this tank. One shot into him and he gets vaporized. Tiger 2, slightly harder target, particularly its turret armor's been buffed. So we'll just have to aim carefully here and go for a lower front plate, which we managed to do successfully. The ML1 we faced before, and the Tiger 2 has managed to penetrate us without a problem. He's using AP rounds as well. And then he's bounced on the next round here. So we've got to just be careful looking around. Obviously turning the turret too far is going to show the side of a turret, but we're going to try and finish off some tanks here, get the Indian Panzer out, and then get around the back of this ML2 and go for the ram, get some damage in on there. And we've got the Tiger 2, and we're again using our speed here, do a bit of a ram on him, and we get the kill on that tank as well. So that gives us 3 kills. And we did get whacked by this T28 prototype before, so we put a shot into him, and he's backing away. But what we're doing here is trying to get under the gun, basically. He's, well, no need for him, but pretty sure there's other TDs up there, and there you go. We just bounced an incoming round from Object 704. Tier 9 tank destroyer. So I've actually bounced 1700 already, which is almost the hit points of the vehicle. We've got an outline of a Progetto 46 there. So we snapped towards him, but he'd gone dark by the time we fired, so not really sure whether that's gone through. We'll see whether that comes up in the in-game results. And here we go, Object 704, that shot at us is up there on the hill. Fire towards him, but we do pick up some assisted damage there, but not getting anything from the hit. Probably just ricocheted off the angling of his armor as he went back down the hill. So it's a Chrysler GF down there, just looking for an outline. Not being successful. I think there's a building there where that tank is, so we're probably not going to get anything out of there unless we move a bit further. We're just really going backwards and forwards along the same line here, so just trying to make our minds up about that. But he's just about to get wiped out, it looks like. Oh, there we go. We get the kill just as he appears to us as an outline. So you can see they get the gun handling, not too bad. Yes, we didn't have to move the turret a whole lot, but there wasn't a lot of aim time involved there because the turret was moving. Anyway, we're doing pretty well with 4 kills, and we've got nearly 4k damage. We'll see if we can improve that. We're staying low here. You've got the Object 704 to our left, as well as Arty and a T95. We don't really want to get in the way of those guns. We could get wiped out by the T95 in one shot, and even the 704's got the ability to one-shot us. We're staying low here to stay away from them, and we've got a chance to come and support the tanks there. Now we're just looking for a shot on that 704 again. Now we do get lit. We snap towards him, but unfortunately that doesn't seem to do anything. He does fire aimed at the T-34-3, and we're just pulling up the hill out of the way. So the speed up the hill you saw about 22k is not too bad. Again, assisted by the turbocharger, and all the targets that we're looking at are sort of getting wiped out. There's TS5 there. We might get a shot in on the commander's cupola if you can stop moving. And we snap towards it. It doesn't even seem to hit, and we take a big hit from him. That takes us definitely down to a one shot, so I'm going to be a little bit more circumspect now and do the right thing and run away. So T5 gets taken out anyway, but now we're going to come back and look for a little bit more damage from the Arty and the T95. So again, look at the speed here over rough ground. We're doing just nearly 50 k's, so pretty good for a heavy tank. There's the Arty. I don't think we're going to get an outline on him, and he gets taken out anyway. So good shooting from the T-34-3, not a highly accurate gun, so that's worked out pretty well for him. But where's that T-95? And again, going low here, trying to stay out of the line, let him get lit first. Don't make him aware where the threat's coming from, then we might get a chance to get on his sights. And that's basically what we want to do. We don't have the armour to stand up to the T-95. He's down in this dip for sure. In fact, there he is. Can we get an outline on him? Well, we do get lit, so now it knows where we're coming from. But let's see if we can get him confused and get him distracted with another tank. And I think that's what we're going to get here. Yep, there we go. We're going to side. Oh, he's lifted his gun up. I don't know if that's because he's given up, but we get a nice shot in his side, and we come here to block his escape. Well, not that he can escape, but we've got a nice shot into his rear. We're just look at this long reload time here. Get one more shot, and we won't get another one before he dies. Anyway, it's actually a pretty quick game. We did 4.5k of damage, so that's not too bad. So even that with that low DPM, it's actually worked out pretty well. Okay, let's have a look at the results of that game to give an idea of the performance and the costs. So we got the high caliber reward actually for doing the most damage. That's interesting. 4.5k, which I think we may not have made that blind shot. We got the 4 kills and bounce 1710 and 717 of assisted damage. So just about 5.3 of combined. So that gave us the first class mastery badge. Let's see what that meant in base. So 1213 base. So yeah, probably needing around probably in the high 1200s or low 1300s to get an ace tanker. But that gave us the top damage and the top EXP. So that's nice. 16 shots were fired. We hit with 14, so I think that's pretty reasonable accuracy. There were some snapshots there. 12 penetrations, fired premium ammunition pretty much all the way. We did have some premium consumables running. We didn't have any personal reserves running. We did have some damage to pay for, and so we made a net loss of 60k. So you can see 76k of that was resupply. Obviously we haven't invested in any sales because this is a demo account, so we're paying full whack for consumables, but it's only 40k rather than 60k because we're getting free repair kits basically. So yeah, so a loss there, but as you can see, it's not a premium tank in that respect. It doesn't have reduced repair costs, and it's also not the best in terms of the credit earning. But that's typical for a tier 9, so it's no real difference there. So is it worth buying? Yes, it probably is. You can see good gun handling, lower DPM, so long reload, but you've got the ability to pull back fairly quickly with the reverse speed, so you can get out of the way while you are reloading, so that's pretty good. The armor is reasonable enough to be able to use it hull down for limited exposures. Again, hopefully you can back down while you're reloading so you're not just exposed. Particularly the roof would be a weak spot. But other than that, yeah, is it worth the tokens? You're going to need 18 tokens from that, and you can earn them all in one season. But of course, your tokens will carry over the next season if you haven't made your decision yet. But I think definitely one worth getting. Anyway, hope you liked the video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. The likes always help the performance of the video. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel already, please have a look at doing that. We'll have more good content to follow, and thanks for watching.